Hey everybody, Big Ankovich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is day 41 of the Beef Butter Bacon and Eggs Challenge that me and Marshall Latham are doing here on Big Ankovich on health. Okay, let's jump straight into the daily videos. We'll check those out and I'll see what there is to say on the other side. Hey, it is Tuesday, which is day 41. And today was, I don't know, pretty simple day. I had to decide what to eat, which is kind of unusual. There's not a lot to decide from, but this time around I opened up the meat drawer in our fridge, which is pretty much the only drawer that I use, the only part of the fridge that I use. And I looked in there and I thought, let's see. I have a steak, have a chub of ground beef, I have a container of stew meat, I have some bacon, I have some eggs, and I thought, I'm going for stew meat this time. So I pulled that out and I stuck it into the air fryer and I let it cook for a little while. And I pulled it out and it's good. It's good stuff. I like it. Comes out tasting like little steak bites. And I ate the whole bowl that you see here, which is like a little bit more than a pound. I think it was more like a pound and maybe like a pound and a quarter, something like that. I'm not sure. It's like $6 a pound, and I think I paid $8 for the thing. So, so that's what I had. And then when I was done, I was just like, you know what? I'm still hungry. And so I said, well, screw this. And so I opened up bacon and I cooked some bacon. I cooked like about a pound of bacon and I ate that afterwards. And I think that was probably good. That is gonna equal out to being around 2,000 calories or so. I did put some butter onto my bacon too, just to try and add a little bit extra calories. Because I think the idea with fasting, again, I talk about this a fair amount, but the idea is that not you're eating less food, but that you're eating less frequently. You eat the same food, but less frequently, and you pack it into a shorter time period so that you spend more time with your insulin low and less time with your insulin high. And so that's what I did. I chogged on the bacon after having all of that stew meat, and I ate all that stuff within the space of about an hour and a half. I know that a lot of people would still consider it one meal a day if you eat within like 4 hours time period. So I don't feel bad eating it just a little bit later, but yeah, I was still hungry. So I put that bacon in. I had to wait, like 20 minutes for the bacon to cook because that's about what it takes in the air fryer. And then I had that, and good stuff, all of it. That fancy bacon that I got this time around, it cost me like $3 more for the package than the regular bacon that I get. But it's probably worth it. It might be worth it. I don't know. It's probably not a huge imposition to spend $3 more for the same amount of bacon. So really, per pound, it's only like 50 cents or 75 cents more per pound. So it's definitely worth it. But yeah, that's what my day was.
Hey, it's day 41 of the Beef Butter Bacon and Egg Challenge. Well, at least I'm reporting on day 41. So I didn't have a plan really for what I was going to eat yesterday. And I just figured, well, I'll find something when I get home. There's always stuff to eat that are beef, butter, bacon, or eggs. So I decided to grill up a bunch of hamburger patties. So I grilled up 6 of those. Ended up eating 3 of them. And then I also cooked up a pound of bacon and ate that as well. And yeah, just ate them on a plate together. I almost forgot to take a picture because I don't know, I was too busy eating, I guess. But yeah, when I get home, it's pretty busy, and so I kind of have to find my time in the kitchen. Luckily I got home before nobody was home, So I just started doing what I needed to do. And if I'm out grilling, then I'm not taking up time in the kitchen. So yeah, pretty simple and easy. And I have some leftover hamburger patties in a pinch that I can just use. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is, how much of this can I plan ahead of time? How much of this can I prepare? I like cooking. I like spending time in the kitchen or grilling or those kinds of things. But a lot of times it's also nice to be able to just grab something. And Big and I were talking about that, how convenience is kind of one of the things that goes away when you are doing carnivore or beef, butter, bacon, or egg. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's, the way it should be. You should have to work for your food. And it should be whole food that you can't just, pull it. It hasn't been preserved and you can keep it in your pantry for weeks on end and just grab it at any time. It either has to be frozen, but if it's frozen, then you have to thaw it out before you cook it. And so a lot of that takes time and planning, and that's probably a good thing. And sometimes it might not be convenient, but that's the problem with our society, right? Everything is too convenient. That's why we have the kind of diet that we have in this world. So there you go. Hey, whatever else you do today, keep going. Keep doing the carnivore. Keep trying to be healthy. Just keep going.
Keep going, Marshall. Keep going, man. That's all you got to do is just keep going. Don't give up. That's the number one thing, most important. Don't give up. Keep going. I know that from personal experience because once I stopped keeping going, and now here I am trying to get back to where I was, trying to return to that same place that I once was at. So rather than having to claw back all that ground you gained in the past, keep going, and then you'll be there. You'll never lose it. Yeah, what he's saying about carnivore is interesting. We were talking a little bit about this. It's not super convenient. You can't just go to the pantry and open up a tube of crackers, a tube of Ritz crackers, and just sit and munch on them the second that you feel a little bit hungry when you're eating carnivore. Instead, you got to go open the tube of ground beef and put it in the frying pan and then sit and wait for it to fry before you can eat it. And I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. As a society, we have become really, really disassociated from where our food comes from and what it takes to get a meal. We evolved in conditions where that was the number one thing, was getting your meal every day. The most important thing that you had to worry about and you had to think about was, where are you going to get your next meal from? Oh, it's time to go hunting, or time to butcher that animal, or time to, harvest the grain that we planted, or whatever it is that led us down this way. And steadily we have been able to diversify so that that's not necessarily everybody's problem. The more we were able to produce on farms, the less farmers we had to have. And now here we are with farms that are so efficient that most of us, it's like half of us don't even realize where food comes from. They're just like, it comes from the grocery store, of course. And worse yet, it comes from the restaurant. We don't even cook it ourselves anymore. It comes from the microwave. That's where food comes from. And so it's nice to at least be put somewhat back in touch with the food chain a little bit, to actually have to cook something instead of just grabbing some crackers and some cookies and, I don't know, a bag of carrots from the fridge or an apple or whatever cheap and easy snack it is that we can manage to get. Instead, at least we got to cook some food. And on top of that, our food is better because of that. You know, you get the nice, warm, juicy, wonderful hamburgers and stuff like that, which is what Marshall had today, because he wasn't able to just, you know, throw some processed garbage into the microwave and then eat that instead. And it can be a little more difficult. You can be forced to plan ahead a little bit more. And you can plan ahead if you really want to and make, you know, stuff that you can just warm up later. You can do that, cook extra on one day so that you don't have to cook on another day. I'm personally not really a big fan of that. I don't like warming back up stuff that I cooked the day before because it's not as good. A day later, the hamburger just doesn't have the same oomph to it that it did the day before. So I prefer to not bother with that and to just cook something each and every day. Can't always do that, but most days you can. So anyways, that's a little talk about what you can do with your food on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, carnivore, and keto, and all those good whole foods kind of diets. If you're doing keto, my gosh, stick with whole food. If you're not doing carnivore and you're doing keto, do not eat keto products from the grocery store. It's the worst thing that I used to always see. I was on a keto Facebook group locally, and people would be like, look, I found this keto ice cream. You can get it at this store. Go get some quick while it's available still. And I was just like, dude, what are you guys doing? Do you not understand the point of keto? You're missing the point. Keto is not just to find different processed products that you can stuff in your gob. It's it's something else. The point is to not eat processed stuff. But, you know, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time on Big Anklevich on Health.